Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to create this component in SOLIDWORKS. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to be using this split screen setup so I can easily point to different dimensions within the drawing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new part by clicking on the File, New, Part and click OK. So how am I going to create this component? Well, looking at the isometric view of the drawing, the first thing I'm going to do is going to be this base at the bottom together with 3 holes. I will then create this elbow, and then the last thing will be this base on the other side of the part together with the 3 holes. Looking at this section of the drawing, we can see that the bottom base has got a circular shape with 50mm diameter on the outside. There is a 20mm diameter hole in the middle, and then there are 3 holes, each of them with a diameter of 6mm, equally spaced on a pitch circle diameter of 40mm. So what I'm gonna do is create a new sketch and position this sketch on the top plane. I'm going to click on the circle command and create 2 circles, both of them placed at the origin. I'm going to dimension both of these. One of them is going to have a diameter of 50mm and the other one diameter of 20mm. I'm going to exit the sketch. I'm gonna go into Features, Extruded Boss/Base. Now in this section of the drawing, we can see that the base is supposed to be 10mm thick. So for direction 1, choose Blind and depth 10mm and confirm. Perfect. Now I'm going to create this hole on the left using Hole Wizard, and then I will create the other 2 holes using Circular Pattern. Click on the Hole Wizard, and in the Type tab, make sure the hole type is selected to Hole for the standard ISO, type drill sizes, and size 6mm. And make sure that the end condition is set to Up to Next. Click on Positions, and now we want to position our hole on this face, so I'm going to click on this face. However, as you can see, we are not looking normal to this face. So what you need to do, if you click on this little arrow in the view orientation, it brings up this whole box around your part. Now if you hover above any of the faces of the box, in the top right corner, it is going to show you the orientation it will take you to if you click on that face. So you can click in here and look normal to that face. Alternatively, what's even better is click on this little arrow and just wait for a second, and this little window appears. And you can click on this icon, and that basically takes you normal to a selected face. So because we selected this face, it is going to take us normal to this face. Perfect. So as you can see, the hole on the left is aligned horizontally with the origin. So I'm just going to place the hole anywhere at the moment, and it automatically prompts me to put another hole. Because I only need one of them, I'm going to press Escape to disable this, and I'm now ready to constrain this hole. So first of all, clicking on the center of the hole and the origin, I'm going to add a relation horizontal and confirm. Now, if you have a look, I cannot drag the hole up or down, only left and right. Great. I'm going to choose Smart Dimension and define distance between the center of the hole and the origin to be 20mm. Why 20mm? Well, looking in the drawing, you can see that the holes lie on a pitch circle diameter of 40mm, so radius 20. I'm going to confirm, and the hole has been created. I'm now going to go up here and click on this little arrow and choose Circular Pattern. For features and faces, I'm going to click on the hole, click in this box, and direction 1 is going to be either the outside of this base or the inside. Make sure that spacing is set to equal spacing, 360 degrees, and 3 holes. And confirm. Perfect. The base has been created. Now the next thing I'm going to do is going to be this elbow in here. But before I can create the elbow, I need to create guide curve in the middle of the elbow. The reason I need guide curve is because together with the profile of the pipe, I can use these 2 sketches in the swept boss/base command to create the elbow. So I'm going to click on Sketch and create a new sketch on the front plane. Now, as you can see, the planes disappeared from here because I can't see the specification tree anymore. If you click on this icon, you can see the tree again and choose the front plane. Or alternatively, you can also click on this little arrow and find your front plane in here. Again, we are not looking normal to this plane, so what I'm going to do is click on this little arrow and click on normal to. And this takes us to normal to the front plane because that is the plane we chose. Now what you want to do is just to make sure that this hole is on the left, the hole that is horizontally aligned with the origin. Because if you look in the drawing, because this is a third angle projection drawing, because we created the hole on the left in here, it would end up being here. And that is indeed the case. The hole is on the left. So I'm going to click on line command, and I'm going to create a line which is going to go from the origin and vertically up. Now the length doesn't matter at this point because I will constrain the length afterwards. Just make sure it's vertical. And another line which is going to be perpendicular to the first one, and again the length is not important at this point. Press escape to disable the line command, and now I'm going to choose smart dimension and define distance between this line and the top of the base to be 100 millimeters as defined in the drawing. 100. I'm now going to define the length of this line, which is also going to be 100 millimeters. Perfect. The only thing remaining is to create this fillet in here. As you can see, the fillet has got 60 millimeters diameter. So in order to create a fillet, I'm going to click on this little icon called Sketch Fillet. And for the entities to fillet, I've got two options. I can either click on this point, or I can choose both of these lines individually. For the fillet parameter, this needs a radius, so 30 millimeters. And click OK. And confirm. And exit the sketch. Great, the guide curve has been created. I now need to create profile of the pipe. As you can see, there is a cross section of this pipe somewhere in the drawing. If I go to the right side of the drawing, this is the cross section of the pipe, and it tells me that the outside diameter of the pipe is 30 millimeters and the inside diameter is 20 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is create a new sketch, and I'm going to position the sketch on the top face of this base. Again, I'm going to take me to normal to view, and I'm going to create two circles, both of them positioned at the origin. Click on Smart Dimension and dimension the first one to be 30 millimeters in diameter, and the second one is going to be 20 millimeters in diameter. Exit the sketch. And now I have everything needed for the swept boss/base command. So click on the command, and for the profile, click on this sketch right here. And now for the path, click in the box and click on the curve we created. Make sure sketch profile is selected and make sure direction 1 is created. You can keep all the other settings default. And click OK. Perfect. So the elbow has been created. The only thing remaining to do is this base on the other side of the part. Well, if you look in this section of the drawing, you will see that this base is exactly the same as the one we did at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is create a new sketch. I'm going to choose this face, and again click on the arrow and choose normal to. And I'm going to create two circles, which are going to be concentric to already existing circles. If you want to make these concentric, if you hover your mouse above any of these, a little plus appears in the middle, signifying this is the center of the circle, and you can put your center in there. So one and the other one, and dimension both of these. The first one is going to be 50 millimeters in diameter, and the second one is going to be 20 millimeters in diameter. Great. I'm going to exit the sketch, and I'm going to use features and extruded boss/base To extrude this into 3D space, choose blind 10 millimeters and make sure the direction is pointing towards the right. And confirm. Perfect. I'm now again going to create top hole only and then use circular pattern to create the other two. So click on Hole Wizard, choose Hole, ISO, drill sizes 6 millimeters, and make sure the end condition is set to up to next. Click on Positions and position your hole on this face. Again, we want to be looking normal to the face, so click on the arrow and click Normal to. Now as you can see, this hole is aligned vertically with the origin, so I'm going to place it here. And I'm going to make sure that this point and this point, the origin, they have a relation vertical. Confirm. I'm now going to define dimension between the center of this hole and center of this circle. If you want to grab center of this circle, all you have to do is click on the circle and it is automatically going to pick up the center of it. Type in 20 and confirm. And the hole has been created. I'm now going to click on the arrow and go into circular pattern. For the features and faces, I'm going to choose the hole. Click in this box, direction 1, either inside or outside surface. Equal spacing, 360 degrees and 3 holes. And confirm. Perfect. And the component is finished. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was useful. Please let me know in the comments if you got any suggestions, concerns, or questions. I'll be happy to answer and interact with you. Thank you very much and see you in the next one.